Hello everybody, it's Mystic and welcome back to my library. Happy New Year! It is now 2022. I took a little bit of a break last week from recording to spend some time with my kids. They are back in school now, so we are ready to get started. I left off where I had just met the Loporrits, and now I am being told to talk to the chipper Loporrits. So that is what we are going to do. By the way, these things are adorable. Hum hum hum. The leader of the crew, not me, I'm afraid. Singing Way is the name. I'm in charge of construction and maintenance of the atmospheric circulation system. Only the crispest, cleanest air for the people of Aetheris, and that's a promise. Okay. Lim. Leader? No. Sleeping Way. My job is... perhaps I'd better ask. Sleeping Way. Honestly, I think if I were a Loporrit, I'd probably be Sleeping Way. Or no, I'd probably be like Reading Way. Or Baking Way. Yeah, Baking Way. Maybe this is the leader. Leading Way? Look at the little tail. Well, what? How in the... When did you get in here? Who let you in? Why wasn't I told? Take me to your leader. Were you the one giving orders earlier? Me? Oh, yes, of course. As the only one around here capable of doing anything properly, it falls to me to take charge of the others. Well, looks like you beat us here. Your friends, I take it. Is this all of them? A group comprised entirely of children? What must their parents be thinking? This isn't a nursery, after all, though perhaps we should build one. Or did we already build one? No matter. You needn't worry your pretty little heads. All will be well, I promise. But goodness me, we shouldn't be standing around gawping. I must take you to meet the others. Okay, I have a feeling your name is like Leading Way. If you could run along back to the entrance, you'll find a path that leads to the central platform on the upper floor. There's no wrong way to reach it, but it's the large glowing ball at the center if you should find yourselves lost. I'll gather the others and meet you there. Okay. I'm going to call you Leading Way. I don't actually know if that's your name. Well then, back to the upper floor it is.
Right. Of course. Introductions are in order. Ahem. My name is Living Way.
Oh, Living Way.
We are the Loporrits, created for the express purpose of commanding this ship and bearing the people of Aetheris to a brave new world. More specifically, I am the one whom she charged with the execution of her most vital plans. You might say I'm her right paw. Living Way's the name, map reader and navigator of the heavens.
Pleasure to meet you all, but I'm still trying to make sense of this.
Confusion and bewilderment are completely understandable. Fear not, I shall walk you through it.
Okay, thanks.
The people of Aetheris, through no fault of your own, I'm sure, set in motion a series of events that, unfortunately, culminated in Zodiac's obliteration.
Yeah, totally not our fault. Nope, had nothing to do with that.
Acutely aware of the imminent crisis, your parents sent you little ones on ahead while they began the necessary preparations.
Your parents. I guess because we're all short?
Still not following? No? Very well. I shall elaborate further.
Because I guess they're expecting ancient ones who are rather a lot taller than us. Whoa.
Here, we have Aetheris, your home, and the moon, where we are now. Without Zodiac around to keep things lively, so to speak, the celestial currents of the star have doubtless begun to degrade. A calamity of apocalyptic proportions will be visited upon Aetheris, bringing an end to all life. Very sad, that.
Oh, yeah, that does suck.
So too hath the Watcher claimed. By thine unperturbed countenance, I gather this eventuality was anticipated.
The doom and gloom. Oh yes, quite expected.
Ah, okay, well at least that's good that you were expecting it.
Imagine, if you will, that Atheris is a delicious carrot that I've forgotten to eat and left out in the midday sun.
Okay.
The most earnest wishes or prayers will not stop it from rotting to the core. So sadly, there's nothing to be done but to abandon said carrot, Atheris, in case the metaphor is lost on you, to its grisly fate.
Yes, thank you. I did understand that.
And this moon will serve as the vessel to deliver us to a new home.
Seems to be the case.
Just so! We will gather up as many people, supplies, and resources as our stores will hold. And then, once everyone is aboard, it's off to another star.
Yay! But also, I don't want to abandon this.
Easier said than done, admittedly. For one does not simply hop from star to star on a whim. Which is precisely why we've spent countless years constructing the most propulsive of propulsion systems. We ought to make it to our destination in 2 shakes of a rabbit's tail.
Okay, good. I like
Impressive technology.
everybody's
I
face.
dare say it is beyond anything we have ever seen.
Yeah, it's true.
No need to shower us with praise. All we've done is faithfully carry out the instructions left to us by Heidelin. Back in the old days, when she was still just Venar, she was dedicated to the study of the world and its inner workings.
And I...
And the Watcher, the real one, not the simulacrum you met, was one of her fellow researchers. We and this wondrous vessel masquerading as a moon are products of their knowledge and know-how.
There's certainly more to you all than meets the eye. Might I ask where exactly you intend to take us?
We identified a few promising candidates for resettlement some time ago, but we cannot guarantee that they are fit for habitation.
So, at this point, do they actually know about the split? Because they're calling the planet Atheris, but it's not Atheris anymore. It's, Heidelin, isn't it? Isn't that what it's called? Like, the source is Heidelin? Am I getting confused? I might be getting confused.
Moreover, the ship can only travel in short bursts. We intend to go down our list, hopping from star to star, until we find one suitable for resettlement. No need to worry, though. The vessel is being refurbished with accommodation for an extended stay as we speak. While we did have to rely upon outside help to determine what amenities were essential, I dare say we have risen to the challenge.
Help? From who?
From you and yours! Who else? Each time we woke to perform regularly scheduled maintenance, we were greeted by the resources you sent us. What better way to learn about preferences and proclivities of our present-day charges?
Hang on. Is this... What's the name of them? The people that are running Charlian. Is this what they've been doing? Because they've been gathering stuff to send away. Have they known about this ship the entire time?
Ah, but you're still adorable little children. Perhaps your elders were responsible for the deliveries.
I'm not sure what led you to conclude otherwise, but I can assure you that we are all grown men and women. And I very much doubt my elders know this place exists, much less how to send you so much as a starlight missive.
What? Then who in blazes let you on my moon?
Heidelin?
Heidelin herself led you here. You don't say. Well, that's really not children. Then why are you so small and stunted?
Look, I'm a
Because they
Lalafell,
encourage
okay?
people.
Well, Amarotines were a great deal taller. In the present day, persons of such prodigious size are exceedingly rare.
So, you're saying everyone's not like the Watcher?
No.
Oh, confound it all! Someone could have at least scribbled a note about your profound miniaturization.
Are the beds going to be
That
too
tome
big?
in thy possession.
Oh, this? One of the first books sent to us. A compendium of the people of Atheris, with a few blank pages at the back for minor corrections and updates as needed. The sum total of our knowledge of your kind is contained in these pages.
Might be a little out of date.
I thought it was abridged and made small for our benefit, but this isn't a regular-sized book, is it?
Okay. You good? You have the zoomies.
Building way, can you hear me? Yes, we're all very busy. Change of plans. I need you to rebuild the domiciles at
I mean,
one-third the scale.
we'll just climb. It's fine.
All of them. Yes, all of them, and but me no buts. See to it with all speed.
Perhaps you could tell us a bit more about your terrestrial collaborators.
It's gotta be the people on Charlayan.
Yes, in due time. But first, I'd like to hear more about you, if it's all the same. I'd rather not risk any other complications due to outdated knowledge of our passengers-to-be.
Okay then. But I do think that's who it is, and I'm drawing a blank as to what the name of the people that run the forum? Is it the forum? But anyway, yeah. Okay, a taste of the moon. Right then, now that you're here, we need you to teach us all you can about your people, and quickly. It won't be long before the final days are upon us in all their terrible grandeur, so it is imperative that we be prepared to receive our passengers-to-be. If there is anything at all that may displease them, it must be addressed post-haste. And address it we shall. Here at Bestway's Bureau, we have assembled everything required to offer our guests the best way forward. Ahem. We have produced myriad amenities we understand to be essential for day-to-day living, and I wish to hear your opinions on them. I'm sure you've all worked up an appetite, so why don't we start with foodstuffs? Meet me at the Caritorium, and we'll see about filling your bellies. The Caritorium. Okay. She does not want for enthusiasm. The notion of Atheris rotting to its core being a matter of course is rather concerning, though. Nevertheless, let us take this opportunity to learn about the Loporrits of this vessel. Oh, wow. This place is really cool. Took me a little bit to realize that the wall was a door, but I got here. Look at all the rainbow crystals. Oh. Ooh. Welcome to the Caritorium, where here we create prototypes of the various sundries required by our soon-to-be passengers. Allow me to introduce the head of foodstuff production. Cooking Way! Oh my gosh, I was right about it being Cooking Way. Pleasure to meet you. Our work has involved no small amount of trial and error, but after many, many cycles of painstaking labor, I dare say we have created the finest cuisine our guests could ask for. I've learned all about the essential nutrients for a healthy and balanced diet from our reference materials we've received. Why, I've practically worn the words from those invaluable pages. Naturally, we've also considered ease of growth and production. We will not want for ingredients. I must insist you try some. We have fresh stock recently prepared on account of, well, because we just woke up and we're all quite famished. Hop along the platforms here and you'll find a storage unit full to bursting with delectable delights. Help yourself to anything you like. You open the storage unit and find a rainbow-colored assortment of carrots. The unassuming orange carrot, the peculiar blue carrot, the yellow carrot, the crimson carrot. How about the yellow carrot? While it has no particular smell to speak of, the yellow variety is unusually light and springy. These qualities, together with its excessive length and girth, would lead anyone to question whether it is indeed a carrot. On second thought, you elect to simply take an obscenely large carrot for now. Due to its bizarre qualities, it would be prudent to ask Cooking Way whether it is safe to eat first. Okay. I gotta find Cooking Way. Are you like the only thing available here carrots? Because it's starting to feel like perhaps that is what is happening. So did any of our selections set your mouth watering? Yes, you may have this carrot. Ah, yes, fine choice. One of my personal favorites, actually. Please dig in. I'm eager to hear what you think. Oh, okay. With great trepidation, you take a bite of the carrot. You snap off a piece of the carrot, enjoying its crunchy texture. Righteous confidence surges within you, a certainty that you are the center of the universe, that all creation is a story and you the star. Beloved and perfect and special, a god worthy of worship and prayer, or at the very least, a second roll should the dice treat you poorly. Okay. Nemia's wheel is spinning in your favor. Yay! What did you think? Unlike anything you've ever tasted before, yes? The lucky carrot is, well, to be honest, we're not quite sure how it was made, and a happy accident, you might say, but as the name suggests, after eating one, you'll feel blessed with good fortune. We have plenty of other varieties, too. Bleeding carrots to improve blood flow, dream carrots to help with sleep. So you see, we have a carrot for every occasion. These carrots are extraordinary, but what if I don't like carrots? I can certainly see demand for this in Charlian. Actually, that would be a good one to say. Charlian? What in blazes is that? I take it you two had a wide assortment of carrots to choose from and not else. So, like, literally, we're gonna be on this space voyage and needing nothing but carrots? I like carrots, but it's a lot of carrots. If I may ask, what exactly did these collaborators share with you about cuisine on Aetheris? Surely you are aware we have an abundance of dishes and foods you could emulate. Of course we are, but, well, it was only quite recently that we established contact. It's gotta be the forum, then. Even holding a conversation was a struggle at first, so imagine our surprise when they sent a mountain of books and documents with no clear instructions. The sheer amount of information was overwhelming. If it wasn't for that encyclopedia I found, we would have been lost at where to begin. And so we decided, rather than divide our resources to prepare a variety of middling and potentially unsatisfying meals, it would be more efficient to devote our efforts to the production of a single perfect food. That's all well and good, but man can't live on carrot alone. Have you considered cooking them? You mean steaming, boiling, roasting, and the like? I suppose we could prepare the carrots in other ways. But our primary concern was efficiency, and what's more efficient than sinking your teeth into a carrot fresh from production? Rather strange approach to take for one named Cooking Way, isn't it? Well, technically speaking, Cooking Way isn't my given name. When first created, we were all named in the Old Tongue. You know, that otherwise impenetrable parlance the Watchers speak. After we received a great tome of words, a dictionary that is, from our collaborators, we learned your language, adverbs, gerunds, present continuous, verb conjugations, the basics. Then we found the terms related to our given tasks and used them to form new names. Aren't they helpful? No. No, not really, but it does explain a great deal. Wherefore didst thou deem such a change necessary? When the rest of your people arrive, we want to be certain they understand immediately which of us does. Oh my gosh. You take a few days off and you suddenly can't read even worse than you couldn't read before. Immediately what each of us does. You'd never be able to pronounce our original names anyway. I see. I hope our critiques, such as they are, were helpful to you. Though if you should decide to preserve flora and fauna from Aetheris as well, you would be able to offer passengers a more balanced diet. Until such a day, one I pray comes sooner than later, it would appear there is naught but carrots on the menu. Okay, style to hero. I think we've had our fill of carrots for now. Let's move on to other necessities, shall we? Our clothing production is sure to impress. This way. Okay, so I guess this is where we're going to meet Weaving Way, perhaps? Here we are, the Apparel production station. We've chosen to employ more traditional methods for this task, creation magics. Heidelin, in her infinite wisdom, blessed us with the self-same affinity for magic her people possessed. We have other amazing talents, of course, and I know you're dying to hear about them, but I will regale you with the details another time. That said, we did run into a spot of trouble at first. Our magic alone was not sufficient to see our work done. In the end, we discovered crystallized ether was a wonderful catalyst that could provide us with the extra viz we needed. My, how resourceful. Ah, the sweet sound of recognition. You'll also be impressed to hear we've read all about your habit of changing attire to match your chosen profession, for the sake of efficiency, I presume. This has also been taken into account with our designs. But why take my word for it when you can simply try on our clothes? Make yourselves known to the workers and they will see to the rest. Wait. Wait! Wait! The music! Are you kidding? Oh my god, it's Final Fantasy IV! Ah, it's you, one of the visitors from Matheris. Goodness me, Mapping Way wasn't kidding. You're barely taller than we are. Actually, I'm about your height. Oh right, you're here to try on a set of clothes, yes? What would you have me fashion for you today? Simple yet functional. Simple and functional. Right. Ahem, this will only take a moment. I have a bad feeling about this. They said something about crystals. Oh no, never mind. We're good. Here we are, all finished. A perfect fit if I do say so myself. Nothing too billowy or frilly, as you can see. Also light and durable. Sure to serve you well whenever your travels might take you. Wherever. Would you look at that? Speechless. And there I thought you may not like it. If you have a mind to try something else, why not speak to my fellow artisans? I'm sure they'd be happy to oblige. You must continue wearing these garments in order to progress. You will change back to your normal garments if you move too far away. Look to your map for the garment changes area of effect. Speak with the restless Loporrit to restore it. Oh no. Okay. Okay. Ah, no one said you'd be coming. How can I help you? You wish to try my clothes, really? Of course, it would be my honor. Do you have something in mind? I'm looking for clothes with an altogether different design. Surprise me! I think I can handle that. Let's see. Is that leopard print? What? Some of my best work yet. It's a relatively new concept incorporating the idea that's never been tried with clothing before. Fragrance. Can you smell the carrots? It's simply divine. Carrot-scented clothing. Just what we've always needed. I was worried how the concept would turn out, but when put to the proof, but it looks stunning on you. Would you go show Living Way? I'm sure she's eager to see what we've come up with. Now, why hasn't anyone come up with carrot-scented clothing before? I feel like this is a missed opportunity. Imagine what could be done with carrot-scented clothing. You know, I'm sure that there's a reason. You have pet rabbits and you want them to like you. I don't know. My, don't we look splendid? The result of much trial and error, but I know quality when I see it. Shh, you don't need to speak. I can see your adoration for the moon and we Loporrits in your eyes. No doubt your friends feel the same, having sampled our creations. Oh no, are they dressed? Please tell me they are wearing something as ridiculous as I am. Please? Please? Yes! Oh my god. What? Sorry to have kept you waiting. What? Okay, you know what? You can wear this forever. They insisted we all sample their concepts ere we returned. Why are his gloves so green? You look like a sprout. Like the living embodiment of a sprout. Verily, 'tis an ensemble most becoming. Yep. Yep, you look great. Yep. I think it's past time we return these clothes. But Thancred! Look at you! In the leopard print. It's a look. I was so confident our garments would be with your approval. What are we doing wrong? The Watcher taught us that in his time everyone wore the same robes. To do otherwise was against social etiquette. We thought we could appeal to modern taste by tailoring the robes to specific professions, but please, you mustn't be so hard on yourself. Should we resort to evacuating the people of Atheris, they most certainly will have need of your attire. 'Tis clear you spared no effort in addressing our needs, but you must understand that we are not quite so homogeneous. Speaking for myself, what I wear now better suits my taste, even if it is of inferior make. But there are others whose choices may be influenced by traditions or personal experience. Rather than make assumptions for the whole, you must consider the individual and their potential preferences. Yeah, don't make blanket statements. I fear we've underestimated the complexity and diversity of your people. Even if we've memorized every tome we received, I doubt we'd have fared much better. Maybe we're doing you a disservice trying to shower you with our baubles and frippery, thinking it was for our benefit when you'd be better off on your own. There are some who might agree, people who prefer to keep others at arm's length, even when they know they shouldn't. As one such former fool, I'd like to ask you a question. This plan to evacuate and escape the final days, did it account for the reflections of the source as well? See, this is what I was wondering. Not that I'm aware of. We were born of Heidelin's love for Aetheris, and the salvation of the people on that star, and that star alone, has ever been our aim. Surely it's better to devote ourselves to saving one world than to divide our efforts across 14 and risk failing them all. I suppose you're right. Living Way, might we have leave to explore Bestway's burrow unattended? You have given us much to think about. Why, certainly. Until later, then. Yeah, that doesn't work for us. We need to save the other ones. If I may, I should like to accompany thee a while longer. Really? I mean, you're more than welcome to. There was actually something I wish to speak to you about. Let's be off then, shall we? Oh, okay. I'll just, stay here, then? Okay. Ah, my apologies. I wasn't trying to spy or anything. Everyone's been talking about the visitors come from Aetheris, and I wanted to see what all the fuss was about. I was excited at first, but now I'm worried. What if the people of Aetheris refuse to come? What if we can't save them? It's clear we've made a mess of things. Oh, but wait, you haven't visited the domiciles. Once you see them, you'll understand how wonderful the moon truly is, I'm sure of it. I'll be waiting for you by the teleporter near the entrance. Oh, the name's Growing Way, by the way. See you soon. Growing Way, okay. You're here, you're really here. Thank you so much. Sorry, what should I call you? Celeste Miston, eh? Crikey, your names are amazing. Well, Celeste, we'll be using this teleporter to enter the residential area. Whenever you're ready. Sure.
Ready in the teleporter.
Okay. Okay, bye. Oh. I broke it, sorry.
Huh? Access to living quarters restricted due to reconstruction. Then where is it? Oh no!
Where'd you send me? Growing Way?
A private audience, as thou didst request. For reasons I know not.
Wait a minute. Ariane, are you doing something sneaky again?
Just a precaution. I'd rather I didn't have to ask the question at all, but I take my responsibilities very, very seriously.
I almost spilled my coffee on myself. Cool.
Do you and your friends, by any chance, find our accommodation wanting? Be honest, brutally even.
Why are they asking him specifically?
'Twould be ungracious of me to belittle the efforts of thee and thine.
Lovely sentiment, really. But the disappointment is writ plain on your comrades' faces. It's all the more frustrating since no one will come out and say what they find wanting. If there are faults in our work, we need to know. We can, we will do better. But time is not on our side. The final days will wait for no one. If your people are to be saved, we must take quick and decisive action. This vessel must serve as a home for as many passengers as possible, for far longer than we may like. Which brings me to my request. Our collaborators on Aetheris are doing what they can to prepare for the voyage. Would you be willing to go and lend them a hand?
Yeah, let's do that.
Having seen the moon for yourself, you could speak to its many splendors, learn what else they might require, and assuage whatever concerns they have.
Wherefore wouldst thou entrust me with such a task?
How to put it? You're the only one who appears not to be wholly unsatisfied with our work. Oh, quite good at pretending that's the case, at least. Calm, collected, tactful to a fault. Very particular with your words, too.
That's one way of putting it.
You understand that, in the face of great danger, one cannot pursue perfection at the expense of practicality. The difficult choices must often be made for the greater good.
And so fate doth conspire to set my feet upon this path once more.
It always seems to be the case, yes.
Come again?
Idle musings. 'Tis no trifle thou dost ask, yet full well do I understand the urgency and necessity.
Oh, dear me! Dear me! I was terribly sorry for the mix-up.
Oops, I clicked.
But you're still
Sorry.
in one piece. So, all's well that ends well, yes? Won't happen again.
How was I able to hear them, but they weren't able to hear him? This keeps happening to Oriange. Like you said, like this happened with Graha. It happened back when he was not working with the whatchamacallit, Asians. I don't know. Gosh, that was embarrassing. I promise to be more careful from now on. Since the residential quarters are closed for now, I've rerouted the teleporter to allow travel between floors instead. Hopefully it proves useful in the meantime. A shame you couldn't see it, though. You really would have liked it. All's Vale that ends Vale. Okay. It may not seem like it, but we've been planning this far longer than I'd care to admit. Each time we woke up, we'd have long discussions about how to save as many of you as we can. Felt like everyone had an opinion on this or that. But the one thing we all agreed upon was that the people of Atheris wouldn't take action to save themselves until it was far too late. That's why we're striving to make the moon a vibrant, magical place they'd hop at the chance to visit, rather than waiting for the flames of oblivion to get them off their tails and force them to accept our invitation. The residential quarters may not be up to the necessary standards just yet, but there are plenty of other places worth seeing. You've already had a look at the Caritorium, but wait until you see what's waiting for you at the east end of the borough. Follow me. Okay, I'm gonna actually go there this time though, right? Good, you're here. This is the door to the Greatest Ends Vale. It was named as such because it's the Vale to end all vales, the most beautiful forest you'll ever see. We understand the people of Atheris enjoy taking leisurely walks through natural spaces and the like, so I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Please tell me it's not just a bunch of carrots. How about we start with a nice stroll to the fountain? This way. I don't know. I feel like there's just going to be a bunch of giant carrots instead of trees. That seems to be the theme. Those aren't trees. What? Okay. What the heck? It's like a forest of light-up silos. What? So what did you think of the forest? Isn't it positively pleasant? Simply sublime? I couldn't see for the forest or the trees. I don't see any... Wait, you don't mean those crystals out there? Tis as transcendent as burying your face in a chocobo's plumage and taking a good long whiff. That? You're pulling my tail. You're in the forest right now. Building this place was a challenge, let me tell you. Since we were born here, we've never seen trees in person before, let alone a forest. The information sent by our collaborators was quite enlightening, but after much deliberation, we decided to use crystalline constructs in place of living trees. And thanks to our atmospheric circulation system, this place produces air as clean as that you'd find in a forest on Atheris. The fountain here behind us, powered by a rather large crystal adorning its top, plays a vital role in supplying us the fresh water. Much time and effort was spent making it the most of these spherical of spheres, and I dare say an unparalleled roundness speaks for itself. I enjoy nothing more than a nice long stretch and a spot of relaxation whenever I come up here. You look like you could do with a stretch yourself. That's the spirit. I feel more relaxed just watching you. A sight worth the many years spent building this place. If it's not too much to ask, it's always been a dream of mine to take a walk through this forest with someone from Atheris. Could we maybe... Yeah, I guess. You will? Oh, be still my quivering whiskers. Okay, he's accompanying me now. Alright, come on, buddy. Also, they have bunny ears. I just noticed. Have they always had bunny ears? I can't take these mobs seriously. I was thinking, Celeste, that I could be more helpful to you by teaching you a little bit about the moon and what it is we do. When we were first created, the moon's sole purpose was to hold Zodiark, and there was absolutely nothing to be found here. Eventually, Heidelin gave us our first task: furnish the moon with propulsion systems capable of facilitating travel to other stars. It sounds impressive, and I suppose in some respects it is, but it was only possible thanks to all the knowledge Heidelin shared with us. We also had a lot of time to get it done. 6,000 years, give or take. But anyway, let's keep going. This may come as a surprise, but we didn't begin building the habitable areas until after the propulsion systems were ready. Considering how long it took, I wish we'd started sooner. Who would have thought we'd need 4,000 years to make all of this? It certainly wasn't work you dare rush either. We had to create infrastructure and countless support systems, some of which wouldn't be operational until hundreds of years later. And then there was the brief period where our productivity came to a screeching halt, when that bizarre red satellite was sent up from Atheris, the Elegant's mischief, I think. We thought maybe some new nefarious actor was colluding with Zodiark. All we could do was stand by and brace ourselves for the worst. I can tell you how relieved we were when Hyland informed us of its destruction. Oh yes, that was much joyous humming that day. Ask if you could taste the rainbow oh my god, Skittles. Well, what? No, I'm not sure what it is you do with crystals on Atheris, but we don't eat them, and certainly not this one. It's possessed of all 6 elements: wind, lightning, fire, earth, ice, and water. We use crystals like these to maintain the moon's elemental equilibrium. It's worth mentioning, though, that because of Heidelin's influence, being the embodiment of tranquility and stasis and all, manipulating the elements here is different than it might be on Atheris. A conjuring of fire would sooner dry your clothes than singe them, for example. Put simply, the etheric conditions are ill-suited to growth, which is why the surface is mostly barren. Of course, this was all necessary to keep the raging energies of Zodiark in check. They are cool-looking crystals, though. Say, do you notice anything peculiar about the treetops? I mean, apart from the fact that they're massive crystals and not trees. I'll give you a hint. It's the golden rings emanating from the glowing spheres. Along with the devices fixed near the ceiling, they fulfill a role similar to our sun, and do so even better. The sun and similar celestial objects in the Great Expanse radiate energy that is harmful to your bodies. These rings shield you from the energy while allowing you to bathe in the perfect amount of sunlight, or rather, a close approximation of it. Oh, cool. So, getting a tan without the skin cancer. That's nice. Pretty impressive, wouldn't you say? Oh, and if you look closely, you'll see different types of trees having ever so slightly different curvature. Yes, indeed, this forest truly is the greatest. There was something else I wanted to tell you about. Oh, right. The propulsion systems and habitat facilities were completed around 2,000 years ago, and with that, the most important features were fit for purpose. Which was all well and good, except that we still knew absolutely nothing about the present-day people of Atheris. Why not go and visit Atheris yourself, you might ask? Strictly forbidden. Were our technology or knowledge of the moon's true purpose exploited for evil ends, the result would be disastrous. Then there were a few more rejoinings, and it became increasingly difficult to converse with Heidelin. Fearful we might lose the ability to communicate with her altogether, we beseeched her to find people on Atheris we could trust to help. We were quite fortunate everything worked out as it did. Who did she end up suggesting? It's gotta be the Forum, right? With the exception of routine inspections and maintenance, we remained asleep and waited, hopeful Heidelin would find someone who could help us. Eventually, she did, and though her power was waning, we were able to speak to them directly for a short while. We shared with them everything we could, including our knowledge of the heavens and a means to travel here to the moon. They certainly didn't waste any time with what we taught them. No more than a few years after that, our collaborators found a means to convey messages and supplies to us from down below. With all the letters, books, and other resources they sent, we learned enough to start making more meaningful changes to the moon. And now you're here, hopefully enjoying yourself as much as I am. I knew you would like Greatest Endsvale. I knew it! Thank you again for coming here. By the way, I know it was just a walk through the forest, but it meant a lot to me. There you are. I take you've already received a grand tour? A shame we missed it. Growing Way, I've been looking all over for you. Oh, is this about the teleporter to the residential area? No, never mind that. We have more pressing matters at hand. I will be calling an emergency meeting shortly, and your attendance is required. Really? I can't imagine why you need me there, but if you insist. We won't be long, so you were all more than welcome to continue looking about the burrow. Now come along, Growing Way. Before we arrived, you seemed to be in the midst of a rousing conversation with your guide. Did you learn anything of import? They've spent 12,000 years preparing for this. With the appointed hour fast approaching, I certainly understand their restlessness, but still. It remains to be seen if the people can be persuaded to evacuate when there are no signs of the final days. What's more, the technology of this place defies imagination. I doubt there are many who would readily come to terms with living in such surroundings. Whoever their collaborators are, unless they are possessed of the world's most charming personalities or a means to forcibly evacuate people, they will meet with a great deal of resistance. Indeed, even if faced with annihilation, the decision to forsake all one knows cannot be made lightly. Forgive me, my friends, but I must beg your leave. There is another matter which yet begs for mine attention. Of course, we can accompany you if you like. Nay, that will not be necessary, if you'll excuse me. I don't know why he just doesn't tell us. Like, at this point, come on, Urianger. This never leads to good things. 'Tis clear now that difficult decisions lie ahead of us. Preparation for the evacuation of Atheros is indeed crucial, but I am not yet willing to forsake our world and its reflections. I trust I am not alone in my reticence. Back to old tricks. By now, Thanker can tell when his friends are up to something. Yeah, I would hope so. Did Urianger seem strange to you? More so than usual, I mean. I know he has a penchant for keeping his own counsel, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried. Would you go and see if he's alright? Yustola and I will remain here and see what else we can learn about the final days. If you hurry, perhaps you can catch up to him. Okay. Alright. I think I'm going to end this episode here. And I will meet you all back with, I guess, my search for Urianger in the next episode. Hopefully you all enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you did. You can also follow me on social media, which I have linked down below. And yeah. Hopefully you all have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye!